Oscar De La Hoya keeping it a stack says Canelo just can't beat Dmitry Bivol. 68, 75, don't matter. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego on the back for some boxing. Listen, Oscar De La Hoya been very candid. He's no longer obviously promoting Canelo directly, so he's just been steak and potatoes. And he says that Canelo will never beat Dmitry Bivol. He says, quote, look, styles make fights, and I've always said a Canelo style will never beat a Dmitry Bivol style. It's written on stone. I think he's basically saying it's written in stone. And he says, I want to have him have these major fights to continue building his legacy. You want to know, as a fighter, when you have those last fights in your career, you want to make the best of it. You want to fight the very best. End quote. Now, you got to respect this. Oscar De La Hoya has the career, so he could talk that talk because he has the career and reputation as a fighter to back that up. Oscar ain't ducked no smoke. From Ike Cortez to Pernell Whitaker to Julio Cesar Chavez to Manny Pacquiao to Floyd, Bernard Hopkins, Felix Tito Trinidad, Shane Mosley twice, Arturo Gatti. I mean, Hector Camacho. The man ain't ducked no smoke. I mean, these, as I said, like nothing but legends. That's not even including like Felix Sturms and, you know, some of his other fights. De La Hoya was one of them ones. He was one of them boys. Ricardo Mayorga, right? And had great performances in a lot of these fights as well. So for him to say this about Canelo, man, troubled times for Mr. Nello. And the Canelo, the Chupapi Muñeños, the Cinnabons, they want Canelo to be the face of boxing still so bad, but he keeps fighting British opponents, and the public has lost interest in the matchmaking style that he has right now. But I agree with him when it comes to Dmitry Bivol. I really don't want to see the fight at 168 because I think that's unfair. Canelo took his butt up to fight Kovalev at 75 when he knew Kovalev was washed, and he had a tough fight with Anthony Yarde and a quick turnaround, and he had no problems doing it, right? He just put a rehydration clause on the boy Kovalev. That's why the fight looked FAF, all things considered. But then he felt emboldened and brazen and felt he could beat Bivol at 175, and he came up mad short and then lied about it. Post-fight, Canelo Alvarez says he thought he won the fight. I mean, I don't know how, I understand emotions run high and stuff, but I mean, realistically speaking, I think that's cap. I don't see how Canelo, you know, as a human, as a competitor, when somebody whoop you or beat you, like, I mean, you know if you won something or you didn't. Like, you could be a figure skater and let's say it's couples figure skating, and a couple went and their performance was flawless and you made a couple mistakes, you know that they beat you and they're probably gonna medal. Like, it's just a feeling. If you've ever done anything competitive, you know when you've been bested, right? So I highly doubt. The fight I seen, I barely even gave Canelo any rounds. So in his mind, even, unless he's a complete narcissist, I don't see how he could have imagined he won. So he probably just said that out of shame and embarrassment because he got schooled up by Dmitry Bivol. Now your former promoter, De La Hoya, who's worked with you and again has an illustrious career, he's saying you can't beat Bivol, and it could be true. I mean, obviously we don't know until they rematch, but I will say this as, you know, somebody who looks and tends to look at the facts. There's nothing that he showed me in the first fight that leads me to believe a second fight would be different. Now I'm human. You know, I could make mistakes. I could be wrong. I don't think I will be wrong. I think Bivol beats him. I think Canelo's best bet is to try to fight him at 68, which you could possibly drain him. I mean, he's probably like 30, 31 years old, never fought at that weight, or hasn't in quite some time if he has. Because there was a point in time where Bivol was calling out Canelo when he was looking like more monstrous, and Bivol said he would go down, but then Canelo didn't fight him at those times. Years later, he finally fought him at 75. So to bring him down now is kind of cheesy to me, and it'll make Canelo look bad. If you said you beat Bivol at 175 in your mind, then fight him again at 175. Why are you trying to get A-side advantage? And another thing, I don't like what that represents for the sport of boxing, because people always play this cap game where they'll say, oh, all you got to do is fight this A-side fighter, beat him, and then you get, you get all the perks of the A-sideness because you whooped him. But in boxing, we see that's cap, because Andy Ruiz beat Anthony Joshua, and then the contract was heavily slanted towards AJ in the rematch even. AJ made more money than Ruiz in the rematch. AJ got to pick the location and wanted it in Saudi Arabia, where Andy Ruiz said Mexico, LA, or Vegas, or New York again, and Joshua didn't want. So boxing's capped with that. They always say that just beat the guy and to become the guy, but it doesn't work like that, because Bivol beat the brakes off of Canelo just like Floyd did, and Bivol, you still trying to A-side him. You having the luxury of fighting him at your custom weight of 168 shouldn't be a thing, because he's the champion and he beat you. So that I don't like what that represents. I really don't. I think if Canelo has some nuts and he wants to right his wrong, he got to fight him at 75. But you know how boxing works, and you know how Canelo works. So I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to catch weight or tries to bring him down to 168, because he's not confident. Just like I'm saying and De La Hoya is saying that styles make fights, and Bivol should beat you again. So if he does choose a weight other than 175, then that shows me that Canelo is not confident in beating him. Canelo's career could very well be over if he loses to Bivol. And when I say over, I'm not saying he can't box anymore, but him being called the face of boxing, that's rapidly deteriorating, and no one's going to believe that. It's like Joshua. There's a couple guys in boxing like that, like Anthony Joshua. He just lost 2 in a row to a smaller Usyk. If he loses to Jermaine Franklin, then his career is going to be in shambles. You got yet another new coach, and if you lose to a guy that people are expecting you to be the favorite against, your career will suffer. And I think even for AJ, it already has suffered, because they're saying the ticket sales have been slow. Back in the day, they were saying Joshua sold out Wembley and sold out O2 Arena in 5 minutes. What happened to all that, now? But anyway, back to the Canelo. We'll see if he even takes the Bivol fight. He's already showing me he's not confident in beating Bivol, because if he was, he would have did an immediate rematch, like Jermell Charlo. People said, oh, you didn't beat Castano, you didn't beat Harrison. He signed up for immediate rematches. Floyd Mayweather, some people said, oh, the Maidana fight was too close. Castillo fight, immediate rematch. Sugar Ray Leonard, when he lost to Roberto Duran. All these great Black American fighters that I just listed, all of them have fights where there was some controversy. Andre Ward Kovalev. Some people said he didn't win. Ward showed you who he was, did the immediate rematch, and came back and stopped Kovalev and ended on a high note. That's what you do if you're really confident and you know you could beat someone, not what Canelo does. Checkmate. I'm out. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxingego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new interactive and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.